being introverted.
This is not a male or female thing. This is a raising a child thing that we're talking about. So the thing is, why can't we just compromise? He's never gonna be the father you want him to be, and you may never be the mother he wants you to be, but y'all have this child. So how do we compromise so this child can be balanced?
Black women, we either get two roles. We get the Jezebel, the hypersexualized woman, or the strong Black woman that probably has shark teeth in her vagina.
At the end of the day, if there is a God and it's keeping score, there are not that many people here that are coming out with a winning ticket, because most people are far too selfish to open up their heart and mind to anything new.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Ashley E. And I'm Amy Nicole. Welcome back to another episode. First, I want to give a shout out to EJ for their wonderful performance. If y'all like him, check him out, support him, go to his website. But today on the show, we have a special guest, Dorothy Lucey, filmmaker, director, producer. Dorothy, and you're from South Carolina?
I am from South Carolina.
Okay. And Dorothy is going to tell us a little bit about her film, Color Me Black. Yes. So for those who haven't seen the film yet, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Color Me Black is it's about a 300-year history of hidden pain in the African American culture that deals with racism, interracial dating, as well as the Willie E. Lynch from 1972.
What inspired you to create the film?
Well, that's the thing. Growing up, I always was told I had to go to college. So I went to school with the mentality that I wanted to become a nurse. As a nursing student, I realized that that wasn't my passion. After unexpectedly losing my dad, I realized that life is just too short for me to wonder what if. So I went to Marlin Atney School in Charlotte, North Carolina at John Casablanca, and there I had the opportunity to actually be featured in a short film called Stereotype, which dealt with racism. So when dealing with that alone, I had so many ideas about what I wanted to see the Black culture be, how we should reunite because we're so broken and so torn, single parent homes. So with that, I actually wrote a proposal to Tyler Perry. Of course, he never responded. He never responded. So I used my resources and actually pulled everything together, hired a crew under the Sun Studio here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we filmed my first film, Open Legs with a Closed Mind, which talked more so about the racism and slavery. And from there, Color Me Black was part 2 of that. And I more so wanted to dig into the background of the Black race, as I'm someone who comes from a broken home. I'm 30 years old and I have been estranged from my family for over 10 years. I don't know what it feels like to have that family unity or have someone there for you to support you or to carry you on. So I always wanted to know what was the issues within the Black race, within the Black homes, that so many people are broken, and how can we restore it? So within that self, I decided to basically put my story out there, but within that, it grew legs, and I realized that a lot of individuals in the Black community, over 70-some women, are raising kids in single-parent households. So to me, that alone was what stood out to me, and I felt like it's a topic that needs to be discussed. How can we change that?
I saw your documentary at the Charlotte Black Film Festival, and I thought it was really good.
Thank you.
How has the response been from people who've seen it?
Well,
I know it's probably opened doors of discussion to really sit down and talk about the issue.
Well, the documentary, I've always been the type of person to speak my mind. And I have a tendency to piss people off, to upset people by what I have to say because I don't hold back. So I come to realize by filming Open Legs with a Closed Mind and Color Me Black, that even though these are topics that everyone has a comment about, not a lot of people are willing to speak aloud about it. Because I guess with thought-provoking topics like this, you have to tread lightly because everyone has an opinion, but everyone's experience has been different. So you can't necessarily put what you may have experienced on someone else, because someone else in the Black community may have not experienced that, depending on how they were raised and what environment they were brought up in. But I've had great comments about the films, but I've also got backlash from it. But that's to be expected. That's to
Because
be
like you
expected.
said, people have different experiences. So someone with a
Exactly.
totally different experience will have a different opinion from what you're saying.
Absolutely.
So I know like right now, your film is being screened at different film festivals. So if anybody who just wanted to watch it, can they watch it on YouTube or?
They cannot watch it on YouTube just yet because I'm in the process of marketing it and trying to sell it to a network. But my film will be showing at the Validate Yourself Film Festival in New York in October of this year. And they can check my trailers out on Instagram. My Instagram name is im.lucy, or they're on Twitter, just call me Lucy. And Lucy is spelled Lucey. But you can find trailers and different things up there, or you can email me at dorothylucy@hotmail.com.
Okay. And how did you even get into filmmaking? Because I know you have a psychology degree and you have a background in forensics. So how did
And
you
you're
go
a flight attendant. So how did you
go
get
from
into
there
film?
So many things.
to filmmaking?
Like I said, when I was in college, I unexpectedly lost my dad, and reality just hit me. You cannot go through life wondering what if. I've always had a passion for art. I've always find myself basking in hopes of what could be. By looking at some of my favorite artists and actresses like Tyler Perry, Gabrielle Union, Oprah Winfrey. So it's crazy that some of the people that I've never met have played such a positive role in my life. So I've always known that I could be one of the greatest that you've ever seen. It was just my lack of ability, because of the fear of failure, has held me back. So once I realized that you've only lived once, I lost two sisters, one to childbirth, was sorority sisters, one to childbirth before the age of 28, one died of cancer before the age of 29. I just realized that you just have to put your best foot forward and give it your full potential, whether you fail or pass. At least I can say I tried. So because of that, I've actually left a well-paying job to take a position as a flight attendant that allows me the flexibility to travel for auditions and to pursue my goal, as well as have a more flexible schedule.
Right.
So within that, I feel like everything comes full circle with what I'm trying to do.
Cool. Well, congratulations on the success of your film.
Thank you.
For anybody who wants to get in contact with you, collaborations, how can they reach you?
My Instagram is im.lucy, Lucey. Twitter is just call me Lucy, and my email is dorothylucy@hotmail.com.
Well, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you for having me.